Hey guys, it's Ryan, TSX Motorsports again, and making day 2 on the vlog. And so, one of the things, first thing I want to talk about on the vlog today is kind of what my background is, what my motorsports history, if you will. So, I've been autocrossing since 2003, so I think that's about, probably we'll say 15 some odd years or so autocrossing. That's how I got my start. Several years ago, I started doing rallycross, as well as started doing track days. I started with Hondas, so I did a lot of stuff with Hondas for 10 plus years, and then kind of transitioned into BMWs a little bit, doing Honda and BMWs, and then the WRX that I have right now, I got in September of 2017. So the one I've been racing for the last couple of years. So last year I started, that's when I really started pushing the big track stuff, and got my start, kind of did the High Plains day. Oh, traction control. Anyway, got my start in the track days kind of last year, running the Subaru, doing the track days at High Plains. Did Grid Life last year, did started NASA last year, got my time trials license by the end of the season last year, and then this year put it all on the line with the Subaru. Last year I raced my little Prelude, I raced with autocross, I raced Jeanette's PRZ some, and autocross and time attack. I raced the WRX and autocross, time attack, and like lapping days, and then I rallycrossed a Beamer that I have, 1993 325i. So the Subaru is what really took off the most, and so the Subaru is what I've been racing all year this year. But yeah, that's kind of my start. Like I said, autocrossing mostly, that's my biggest background. I have a big appreciation for autocross, but I really love what the road racing community is kind of giving back to me and kind of helping me do these events. So really super appreciative of that, really excited, of course, going forward. So yeah, so that's kind of like my background as far as my racing goes. Been doing it since basically 2003. The other thing I want to talk about was, this is kind of the thing I've been basically interested in all day and been watching videos on a little bit, but ultimately, like, all the videos and all the editing, most of the editing, all the stuff I record is essentially on an iPhone. I just got the 11 Pro, which that's not what I'm filming this on right now. I'm actually filming this with an iPhone 10s Max, using the Moment app. They have a Moment, like the lens company has an app. Hopefully giving it a try today versus yesterday is just using the regular native app. I feel like I control the lighting a little bit better. Maybe the sound or the noise reduction will be a little bit better. So we'll see how that is. But let me know down in the comments if it's any better at all. But either way, so yeah, so I've been using, filming a lot of stuff. Obviously with GoPros, I've got several GoPros, and my GoPros work really well as far as communicating with my iPhones. And obviously it's easy to get that information and those videos onto the laptop. So right now I'm just using a Windows laptop. I use Filmora to edit some of my more technical videos and stuff, but I really love doing just basic iMovie on the phone. It's so much easier. I can get content out a lot quicker, especially if it's small stuff. That's why some of my track overlays, some of them are like really fancy, kind of using the race render app, and some of them are pretty simple, where basically either there's no information other than just the track, or like a basic overlay, kind of like what I did with the High Plains, where High Plains literally is just a little section of the map. That I literally just screen recorded that off of my iPad. So I've got an iPad Mini 4 that I run in the car, kind of my heads-up display with the Track Addict app. I run it with an external GPS. I used to use the OBD2 dongle with it with the WRX, but The information wasn't very reliable. That's kind of definitely one of the downfalls of the Apple products, is that the OBD2 dongles don't work very well with it. Just not a lot of information can capture. So yeah, I use an iPad mini for, it's kind of my heads-up display in the WRX. Probably seen it in the videos. I filmed a lot of stuff with an iPhone 8. I have a moment case for that, and a handful of interchangeable moment lenses, and I really like that. That I use it quite a bit for like the time lapse. I use it, and I've got a Rovi gimbal. I really like the gimbal. It's a little bit bulky, but at the same time too, it does a lot. It stands up on its own. Time lapse works really good. The app that works with it works really good. I really like using that app quite a bit, using that gimbal quite a bit, and it works good with the moment lenses. I have a counterweight that I can put on and take off. So yeah, I definitely use that quite a bit. I like it. It's fun for the little slow pans and stuff, but so amateur that if it even looks good remotely, it's only by chance. I also have been filming quite a bit with an iPhone, the one that you're on right now, the XS Max. I love that phone, but I have maxed out the memory on it this year, which is totally crazy. I mean, a good chunk of it, if you figure pulling stuff off the GoPros is several gigs, then editing it is several gigs, and then finishing the finished product is several gigs. So like one video I make might still be like 10 gigs total when you consider all the editing and stuff. So both my 8 and my 10s are both 256 gig. So the iPhone 11 Pro that I got to actually do, I mean, it does 4K front camera right now. This is just 1080. 4K front camera, obviously 4K rear camera, telephoto lens, the wide angle lens, and then the super wide angle lens. That thing is, I'm pretty excited about it, and that's 12 gigabytes. So it does kind of seem kind of excessive to have all these phones, but one of the things I like about them, everything's connected to data. Tablets connected to data, iPhones are connected to data, and so whatever I'm on, whatever I'm editing with, at least from the iPhones, I can always upload stuff like right away. So like even this video, I'll be uploading probably 10 minutes after I'm done with it. So that's super cool. I love it. But anytime I have to do anything on my laptop, it drives me crazy. It's so time consuming. It takes me so much longer to edit a video. Usually the product's better, but it's so time consuming. So like an example of a video that I edited on my computer that's pretty recent is the La Junta video. So the La Junta video, I took my GoPro footage, put it in the laptop, opened up Race Render, did the Race Render overlay with it. You gotta sequence everything and time everything, get it all pieced together. It's not automatic. And then put that into Filmora, and then with Filmora I cut it all up, get the sections that I want, I add the intro, I add the finishing part, and then I upload it from my laptop. But one of the things that drives me crazy, which is kind of how inconsistent all my video stuff is, as far as the formatting and the editing. So for 2020, definitely tossing around the idea, like, as long as I can afford it, I really want to use or get a MacBook. Kind of old, kind of slow. So MacBook, Jeanette's got a MacBook, I've used it. It's super tough for me to use, but getting used to it, I think is going to be great. One of the things the biggest link that I'm missing is the ability to transfer files easily between iPhones, the Apple products I should say, and my laptop. So that's what I'm most excited about. I can edit some stuff on my phone, send that project to the MacBook, add some more complicated stuff if I want to it, or even better, I can do like the race render, like the complicated stuff on my laptop real quick, then send it to my iPhone, add it to my iPhone, back and forth between phones, all that stuff. So I'm super excited about that. That's really 2020. I'm really excited about having everything kind of on the same OS, and I'm sure you can do this with Android. I'm sure you can do it with Windows or whatever people say, and I know that those all work well, but ultimately, I mean, I've just found it's so easy for me to use just iMovie, and it's so nice to do it on the phone. I mean, my Plasma Man tour video I did on iMovie, the Howtech video I did on iMovie. I mean, and it turns out so much better. So yeah, super pumped about that. Definitely a lot of good, read a lot of good stuff, saw a lot of good stuff about the iPhone 11 Pro as far as the durability, as far as the cameras, everything from, you know, big drops, which we hope we don't have, down to just the quality of pictures it could take, you know, literally just using the native Apple iOS apps. So super excited about that. I know it sounds kind of silly, and I'm certainly sitting here sounding like an Apple fanboy, but if you take all my phones and add them up together in cost, it's still cheaper than what a really nice DSLR has to offer. And between 3 phones and a tablet, you're talking days worth of actual battery life. You know, no swapping batteries out all the time, and you just pick one up and go. And so super excited about it. But, or however you feel about it. But yeah, either way, I mean, that's pretty much all I got to really say right now, and it's already like a 12-minute long video, so I'm sure it's pretty humorous as it is right now just to sit here and listen to me talk. But yeah, really excited about the Apple products, to see what kind of banger I can put out with the iPhone 11 when I travel with Nick in a couple weeks. But I do use the GoPros quite a bit, and I really like how easy the GoPros are to use. I'm really impressed with the color contrast from the 7 that I literally just bought probably 2 weeks before the 8 was actually announced. So definitely excited about that. Definitely check that stuff out. And thanks for stopping in, and see you tomorrow.